What? I'm live. How are you guys? How are you? Everybody's fine? Sorry for this cough I have. I'm not sick or anything, but how's everybody doing out there? Well, I'll be okay. I'll just drink a little water in a few minutes and I'll be okay. I'm doing fine. Now let's see what the future lies for us now. What can we see now? Yeah, I think in Son of the Clay. Yeah. Well, today is movie Saturday or Saturday movie, whatever, however you want to call it. Looking at what movies I'm gonna go check out tonight. Here I'm in the Amazon uh, site, and I'm checking out some of the movies here. I'm in the military war movie section now. Mhm. Let's see. Hmm. This is a story about the. Hmm. It's only 57 minutes long. This movie doing with the East Side Kids. You know, they used to call the Bowery. They used to call them the Bowery Boys, the East Side Kids. Hey, what's up, Christopher? Yeah, the Pagan King. Here's one by Lauren Harding. Hey, Smelly Cat, how are you? Yeah. Here's one by Stanley Laurel Hardy. It's called um, mhm, The Sami. Let's see. Here's one with Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. It's called At War with the Army. Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks. Okay. Here's one called the let's see, this one. Citizen Soldier. It's a movie about I think it's the Iraq War. hmm Salome, yeah. Salome, the North Star. Oh, here's one interesting, but it's not a war movie, actually. Oh, I'm so sorry. Smelly cat, man. I hope your mother feels better soon. So sorry, dear man. Prayers, man, and thoughts. Right is done. Here's one. It's called Things to Come. It's based on a H.G. Wells novel. It says the story of a century, a decade long Second World War leaves plague and anarchy. Then the rational state rebuilds civilization and attempts space travel. It's a movie that was supposed to tell us what the future would look like. You know, this movie's from 1936. Mhm. Yeah. Well, many of these future movies, you know, they most of them didn't really predict how the world. Some of them, well, a lot of them were not as accurate, but some things can become. For example, if you ever see the movie 2001 Odyssey, Space Odyssey, yeah, they say in that movie you can see somebody who's holding a, something that we call now a tablet. They say that movie, that was released in 1968, and it has and as you see a tablet in that movie. Yeah. Now let's look at some more films here. We might want to watch. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see this one right here. Nah. Hmm. These are mostly war movies. Okay, now we're gonna go to the section of historical movies. Oh, here's a movie with Keitel, the Meyer Lansky. Oh, that should be good. And here's one that really that's that's got the critical acclaim, but it didn't got the audience recognition that should have had. Eight Men Out from 1988 about the Black Set scandal, the Rock Baseball, and the 1919 World Series. Hmm. Of the 1919 World Series. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Arnold Rothstein, who supposedly was the guy who fixed that World Series. Uh, Arnold Rothstein, yes, he was quite friendly with the mob until his demise in 1928 when he was found murdered. Hmm. King of Thieves. Oh, here's one movie that historical film. It's called 24 Hours in at Munich. It was during the 1972 Munich Olympics, where several terrorists took hostage the entire Israeli delegation of Olympics in 1972 or in Munich. It was called. Hey, Jane, how are you? Yeah, the Black Robe. hmm Some of these movies look good, but I never heard them before. I never have heard them before. Heard of them before. Okay, now we're gonna go to nah. Okay, movies about iconic people. Here's one called The Bronx Bull. Hmm. Hmm. Here's one from 1992, Romper Stomper. It's a movie about skinheads in Australia. Really, I think this movie this is the R-rated version I have here on Prime, but there's the uncut version, which is very violent. It's very disturbing and violent. Romper Stomper. Rumper Stumper. Here we have the hmm, Creep Show 2. Yeah, that's one horror movie. Hmm. The Blair Witch Project. I never liked that movie. Just saw it once, and I haven't seen it since. The Gate. Oh, that's Hellraiser. Yeah, Creep Show. Yeah, there's even a TV on one of the streaming services. There's even a series now, a Creep Show. Hmm. What Octagon? Night Skies says March 1997. Five friends bound for Vegas accidentally hit a stall truck belonging to an ex-soldier. Stranded together on an isolated country road, they're about to witness one of them. Let me see. They're about to witness one of the largest UFO sightings in history. There's, hmm, 1997, March 19. Let's see. Wasn't that movie? Let's see. So that guy from Nah, nice guy. Hmm. The Discretion, The Resurrection, Black as Night, Black as Night movie. Whatever, must be some foreign film. Mm, Alone in the Dark. Okay, now let's go to the sci-fi genre. Oh, the Jurassic Park, the first one. There's one called Heavenly Kid. It's more of a fantasy than a sci-fi film, I call. Mm. Event Horizon. Okay. Haven't seen that movie, but I heard about that movie. Yeah. Here's some of the old sci-fis from the 1980s. These like B sci-fis that came out. They were called Bronx something. This one's called 1990, The Bronx Warriors. When a beautiful young woman runs away to his waist. Yeah, late 90s. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Event Horizon. Yes, I remember. I think they might have it here on Amazon. They have Star Trek. They have Highlander. Hmm. Rapture. Never heard of that movie. Hmm. No, no. The Ring. Oh, here's one movie I saw. I remember when I was about 11 or 10. Yeah. Well, I'm not much of a fan of the Star Trek movies. I like some of other films of Star Trek. Hmm. Well, Amazon has a lot of sci-fi films. Oh, here's what you might like, Smelly Cat. Star Trek Insurrection, The Angry Red Planet. Oh my God, what a Oh, The Voyage Home. Oh, I like that one. I saw it when it came out. That's the fourth Star Trek film. First of all was Star Trek: The Motion Picture. The second was Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, and the third one was In Search of Spot, which I saw that one too when it came out. And the fourth one is it's the Voyage Home. But from the fifth and sixth, I don't remember very. The names of it, yeah. Oh yeah, the whales, yeah. George and Gracie. Black Box. Oh god, some of these. Okay. Oh, recently added movies. Oh, cool. Let's see what movies they have. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, we all seen that movie. Okay. Hmm. The Crush. Here's this one, but this is a documentary. It's called Killing Jimmy Hoffa. But it's a documentary. Messenger of Death, Charles Bronson. Here's one from 1973. Two or three is called Across 110th Street. It's a New York crime drama. Oh, Felipe Esparza. They're not gonna laugh at you. I wonder what that means. Well, oh, here's one. Yeah, here's another Star Trek film. This is from 1989. It's called Star Trek: The Final Frontier. Yeah, it's on Amazon. If you have Amazon, watch that. And here's another one. Okay, this is the third one. Star Trek: The Search for Spock. 1984 film. I saw that one. Let's see. What was in that movie? Hmm. 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 No, let's see. Looking for more. No, I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go now to Hulu. No, no, it's Peacock. I'm gonna go now to Peacock and see what's on there. Peacock, Peacock.
We are united with you in sorrow. Portar bien, ¿verdad?
Hmm.
It takes a certain type of individual to do what we do. Good guys, bad guys, when it comes down, it's about money, fear, respect. Men like us are built to make the tough decisions. And you know what? Absolutely. Go back to the have to cut about what takes a certain type of individual.
Hmm. Now let's go to. Hmm. I think I'm gonna go to Hulu. No, no. Yeah, Hulu. Yeah. Damn message. They have the original Omen, the 76, the 78 Damien Omen 2, and the Omen, the Final Conflict, 1981. Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, I saw The Omen. I remember when it first came out, the very first one, and I didn't see it. I saw it all the way when I was like around in my early teens on HBO. That's when I saw it. But when it first came out, I remember this guy was telling us a story that they went to go see it at the drive-in, and the guy who took them to the drive-in, uh, uh, instead of dropping them home, dropping them at their house, the idiot dropped them about a block and a half away from their house, and they had to walk in the dark. Can you believe it? When you go watch a horror movie and you have to walk in the dark at night? Yeah. To this day, I cannot believe. I cannot. Why he just dropped them there? He couldn't. He could have just dropped them at their house. But chances are, a guy probably didn't live in that neighborhood. He probably lived in the other neighborhood. So he said, "Look, I'm going to drop you guys here at the 7-Eleven, and you guys can walk from here to your house." I think that was probably it. I think that was probably what he did. He dropped them at the 7-Eleven, so he'll go, but hmm, yeah, that 7-Eleven is no longer there. Yeah, yeah. He dropped them there, but the guy who went to go see it, who told us the story, sadly, like around, I think in '89 or something around there, or '88 or something. I don't know, in the '80s or something. He was found dead. He was murdered. Albert, what guy's was his name? Really, really, really chubby guy. Really chubby guy. He knew a lot of stuff. Hey, BX, what's up, man? Oh, what's up, BX? Hey, BX, I want you to introduce you here to my friend Smelly Cat. She's a really good lady, man. Yeah, yeah, Albert, man. He was a really funny guy. He was big, chubby guy. He knew a lot of stories, but sadly, man, sadly, I don't know why somebody would kill him. Oh, you're welcome, Smelly Cat. Yeah, Albert. Yeah, I got Albert. Let me guys show you another story. A place. I don't know if you ever guys seen the movie The Thing. There's the 1982 version, the Kurt Russell version, the John Carpenter movie, the 1982, and of course the original version from 1951. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys a story that happened to this old timer when he went to go see that movie. A funny story. It's kind of like a creepy, funny story. It's one of these creepy, not a. It's not a share, but it's a story you guys are gonna love. Let's see, where am I here? Let's see. Wait a second. Where am I? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm lost now. Oh, what the? Oh, wait a second. I am really lost. I'm looking at the map here. Where to find? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Downtown area. Here I am. Okay, here I am. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Yes, yes, this is it. But first, I'm going to show you guys something. First, I want to show you guys something. It's from a Stephen King. You see this house right here? Back in the late 40s, there was an incident that happened there. Something similar to a Stephen King novel. Let me show it to you. The story about this house. Many years ago, a doctor lived here. He lived upstairs, but downstairs he had his clinic. He couldn't afford a nurse, so his mother was the nurse. Was sort of like the nurse, the receptionist, would greet people when they come in. So one day, the neighbors got very suspicious. Why is the clinic closed? Why? They say, why? Why? I mean, we haven't seen them going out or anything. They didn't say that they were going on vacation or something, but man. And the neighbor said something fishy's going on. So what they did was they called the cops. You know, so they can get a welfare check on them. The neighbors, the cops come, and the neighbors are there too. Several of them. They knock on the door, and the elderly lady answers the door and tells them and greets them and tells them how they've been. You guys want any coffee, water, anything? No, no, no. We just came here to see if you were okay. Okay, I've been here. I haven't moved from here. You know, I'm okay. But is your son here? Yes, he's here. He's upstairs. As a matter of fact, he's about to come downstairs. She probably is already dressed up. You can go up there and see. Okay. They go upstairs. They knock on the door, and the doctor sees the cop, and the people says, "Hey, what's up? What's wrong?" Oh, nothing, sir. The cop says, "We just came here. Just your neighbors here were concerned about your safety up here, and they just called us, took us to see if you were okay." Yeah, okay. Yeah, nothing. Your one of the cops says, "Well, your mom up downstairs, she told us you were here. You were here at my mom." No, guys, you got to be kidding. My mom died. My mom died 2 weeks ago. And one of the neighbors says, "What do you mean? We just talked to her downstairs." No, she died. She's been there for 2 weeks. Hmm. So they went downstairs, and when they got downstairs, they noticed that there was nobody there. It was like the elderly woman had never existed. She disappeared mysteriously. So they went upstairs, and they saw the son, the doctor, who had hung himself 2 weeks 2 weeks ago to by learning by after his mom had died, he hung himself, and he had committed suicide. And what they saw was they talked to two dead people that had died in that house, and there were the ghosts of the mom and the ghost of the father. In this house right there. And according to legend, uh, yeah, yes, Mother Cat. According to legend, you notice here where I have the arrow, the window. Why is crooked? Well, according to legend, the relatives of of the doctor and the elderly lady took over the house, and they made that window go to look like that. Hey, Maverick, what's up? So they make the window look like that, and according to their belief, is that the house, that if you put your window like that, crooked, not that, sideways, the window or whatever, it means that it means to keep evil spirits away. That's a belief they had. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's what they believe. Yeah, that's the story. Well, we're gonna go over here, right over here, right around the corner. This place you see here, this is where I used to live when I was a little boy, before I came to live here in America. This right here used to be a movie theater back in the day. For less than $1, you can see 3 movies here. Take for example, let's talk about the early '70s. You can see Sinbad. Remember the Sinbad movies, the Planet of the Apes movies of that time. Maybe some of those old scary Edgar Allan Poe movies you can see here, and of course movies from Mexico were mostly filmed here, but there was a lot of American films were actually being shown here. And speaking of American films, it takes me. Okay, so speaking of American films, let me tell you a story. What happened to this old timer? Story he told me. This movie theater, this theater, it's called the Saragossa Theater. It's named after a Mexican general who you guys know the story of Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, a holiday, a celebration where you go to a bar, you get probably one Corona for the price, 2 Coronas for the price of one, special, and all that kind of stuff. Nachos, all the nachos you want, all those goodies. Well, Sir Ignacio Zaragoza was a war hero who defeated the French with a small army of peasants and mercenaries against a very strong French army, governed by Napoleon III. And this movie theater is named after him. I mean, the theater now, because now it's a playhouse movie theater. Well, here's a story about what happened here at this movie theater. One time, there's 2 stories, but I'm going to tell you the first one, about the old guy story. This old timer back in the early 50s, told me when he was about a teenager, went to this movie theater and he saw the movie The Thing from Another World. And he got out. When he got out of the movies, it was dark. So the poor man had to walk home. Let me give you the trail. This is supposedly how he walked home. He would walk over here, past the spooky house, the haunted house right here, as we all know it, and he would make a left right here and walk here, and this is the far. Okay, and as you see these green stairs, he said he said when he got here to the steps, and he thought, and he remember seeing the monster in the movie. He said he ran like a jackrabbit. because he lived up here at the time. I used to walk through here too myself too back in the day, and he was so scared he walked like a jackrabbit. Yeah, yeah, he ran like a jackrabbit. He thought that the creature from the movie The Thing was going to get him. Yeah, yeah, that movie theater has some scary. That movie theater. I saw some scary movies there too as a kid, and this also has some urban legends surrounding that movie theater. Let me tell you another story that happened there to a young boy who was a movie buff. His excitement was, you know, his mother was a cleaning lady, and his mother would get paid every Friday. So one day, the mother, she always got paid like around a Friday, like around earlier, like around morning or noon, something like that. But one Friday, but one Friday, but one Friday, the mother didn't got pay on time. So so he was waiting for his movie money to go to this movie theater, which is now a playhouse now, in an art house, something like that now. So the mother told him, son, I'm gonna have to give you the money later, okay? About like this afternoon. Okay, mom, no problem. I understand. He gave him. He instead of going to an early show, he went to a late show. Let's say around like 6 o'clock in the wintertime. He went out. So he went to see one movie there. I don't know which movie he did to go see. And he got out like, and the poor guy had to walk home. He had to walk home. I'm not show you where his house was, but what I'm gonna show you precisely where he might used to live, because that's where the he saw the legendary ghost of the girl in the cemetery, where he saw of this place right here. Okay, let's see. He would walk this street here. Yeah. Yep. This, showing to you these images of Tijuana, Mexico. To me, this is going through memory lane. This is my childhood. This is where I was born. Yeah. This is the place where, yeah, this used to be movie theater back in the day, in a theater. Yeah. And the picture and the guys you see here, these guys here, soldiers. These are like what they call the National Guard. They're federal. They're federales, what they call them. They're looking for cartel drug dealers and everything. Bust out like that. They're feds, and they're all over Mexico. Man, they were introduced by now President Lopez Obrador. Well, that's a different story. I'll tell you guys some other time. That he probably must have walked. I don't know, maybe here, maybe around right here. Maybe he walked from here. And I'm going to show you something here. Something really funny. Something we see every time at the beginning of Gunsmoke's live. So this is the wall that Uncle Angelo built. Remember that they were getting credits of Gunsmokes? So that's the wall that Uncle Angelo built. So my chances are that the kid, he must have walked or somebody drove them home or something, drop them off. But this is probably he must have come around over here. Let me see. No, no. Let's see if I see. Oh shit, I'm lost now. Oh, yeah, this is like. Oh, here we go. Chances are the kid must have walked around here and he encountered the ghost of the of the girl in the cemetery of this cemetery here. This is where she is buried. The legendary ghost of Henrietta Hickgill. Hey, what's up, Sven? So this is where Henrietta Hill right here is buried. And chances are the kid was walking around here, home or somewhere, or somebody dropped him because, or he probably took the bus that took him to drop him here because there's a bus route that 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 goes around a couple of blocks from here. I know that block because I know I with my mom and brothers and sisters, we used to take that bus route to see an actor of mine back in the day. Yeah. So so this cemetery. Let me tell you something about this cemetery. This cemetery has a lot of legends. There's one guy. Let me tell you a story that happened here back in 1938 that also involved the U.S. the FBI and the local San Diego police. That happened. Let me tell you a story. A very horrible story that happened. There was this guy named a soldier named Morales, Mexican soldier. Morales was a very wild soldier who loved to smoke his pot and have his beers and get drunk, party stuff like that. So one day, legend has it, this is what happened. This is one story that happened. One day, one of his superior officers called him in and told him, "Look, see that big box? I want you to get rid of that box and go drop it over by the river, over by the Tijuana River. Sure. Little that he knew that that box was a box of an 8-year-old girl who was dead and strangled. And when they found when the cops found the box, they suspected, right away they suspected that she was murdered, that the little girl was murdered. But they didn't know how to investigate it. So what they did is they called field agents. The government of Mexico requested the government of the United States of then, who was the President Roosevelt, and the director of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, if they can help them out solving the case of this girl. So the FBI and the San Diego police sent their best investigators, forensic guys, guys who were like CSI guys, from back then, stuff like that. They brought the best team. And so the conclusion was they end up arresting this soldier Morales. They end up arresting him. But he maintained his innocence. He claimed his innocence. He said that he did not kill that little girl. All he remembers that one of his superiors told him to get rid of that box, to get rid of that big box. That's all he remembered. That's all he remembered. So he was arrested by the local police and held at the local jail. But the people, local citizens, were outraged. So one day, several people got together and they tried to form a lynch mob to get this guy out of jail. But when they got to the jail, they were met by resistance, by police and soldiers of the Mexican army, who told them to get back. And some of them didn't want to go back, but they got shot. But he maintained his innocence. But later, he had confessed that he had committed the crime. And he said that he blamed his marijuana and alcohol abuse for that crime. Well, Juan was found guilty, and he was sentenced to death. And he was actually faced the firing spot where he died. Now let me show you something else. Okay? Okay. Now let me show you guys something else I got here. Okay, this is the picture of the soldier Juan Morales, the guy who was accused. And you notice here, and you notice that he is considered to be a saint. This guy. Here you see a woman who's paying his tribute to him. And that's the one, Juan Morales, soldier Juan Morales. It happened in 1938. Yeah, and people believe that he is a saint of all the migrants. He's a saint of all the migrants who went across into the United States. People go and pray to him and say he's. Mhm. This is him right here on in his jail cell, and here's him. And that's the picture of the little girl that he had killed. Happened in 1938. Man, and you see here are more candles and everything. People go there, and see here the miracles of this soldier. Now I want to show you another photo of the ghost woman who haunts that cemetery. This picture you see right here, this is the picture of the lady who supposedly haunts the cemetery, who died in 1829, all because her father didn't want her to marry a guy who was of low class. And and these here you see here, these were her parents. This picture is of 1936. And this guy right here, this is the story of a guy named Samora, whom in 1952 claimed that he talked to her. And here's a new story. As you see, that's a cemetery picture that I just showed you. Uh-huh. And right here, this is her shrine. This is her mausoleum. This is where she's buried now. And this is in Spanish. I'm going to try to see if I can reach you, if I can translate this. Well, here's a guy that claims that the grandmother of his wife was the ghost of this woman, but I don't think she ever had any children in the first place. I don't think this guy's telling the truth. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, there's people here that they say that they were related to her. Hmm. Yeah, very spooky story. Well, let me tell you another spooky story. Another one. Okay, this is the mother of the ghost, and we get the Hill Peralta. He was born in 1864 and died in 1957. That's the mom. Yes, yes, the picture you see here, that's her right here. That's the ghost of this woman who supposedly haunts this cemetery. Oh yeah. Let's look at more. Yeah, that's the story of the person that haunted that cemetery. Well, now, yes, these are funny stories. I'll tell you guys. Yeah. Let's see. What other story I could tell you guys? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, this is home. This bakery right here used to be a nice bakery. Hmm. These apartments here. I remember back in the day a lot of this story. Well, we're going to go now where I used to live before I came here to live. I used to live before I moved here in 1978. I used to live in this neighborhood, talking the mid 70s. My house is no longer there. I don't know what's right now, but this is where I used to live right here. And over here, you see these mountains? The mountains you see here, where the arrow points over here, that's the U.S. You can see the United States from all over here. See? That's where I used to live here. Let me show you guys something else. Right here, this section. See this old shack here? A garage it was? Well, a garage band used to play here, a band. And right here, there used to be a house here. No longer there. I remember we were walking down the street here, and some kids, I don't know why, they threw rocks at us walking around this street. Oh my God. Still remember that. These streets at one time were ruled by gangs, by street gangs. If you live here, if you were like a kid, 15 or 16, and you would walk through here, you would walk, say for example, you live over around here, and you walk around here. There was a time, this was like in the late 60s and early 70s. And if you walk around here, your chances are you were going to get jumped when you got to this street here. Not by me. No, 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 no. I was just a little toddler at the time. This house right here, this is where I was born. This used to be right here in old Mom Papa's store back in the day. And a gang used to roam around here. Right here. And if you were coming from over there where I told you guys, you chances are you were gonna get jumped by here. By a guy he used to be called by a guy named, they used to call him Totona. Not Tatone, but he's called Totona. And his brother, the big horse. As a matter of fact, his brother, the horse, according to what I heard last, he lives in Phoenix. Maybe we should go and check him out so he can give me a black guy like like Lee got when he went to go see Bravano. Yeah. And right over here, if you walk around here, you're easily going to be jumped at that time by some guys who used to hang around here at that time. And guess what? And you know what was the name of the guy that ran that gang? I'm gonna only give you his last name, but his last name was I'm gonna I'm gonna give you guys a hint. The Bronx, Benny, the Bronx. Yes, the guy's name was Blanco, just like Benny Blanco from the Bronx. But this guy was he was a fucking sociopath, the guy who ran the gang here. He even killed the guys people heard in all the stories I heard. And he was one guy you don't want to have nothing in contact with. I tell you, man. Yeah. And according to his cousin of his, who's a friend of mine. So over here, let me show you down here. This used to be a store. Nah, wait a minute. No. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. The store was right here. This right here used to be a store. It was like a discount store or something where you could buy shoes, clothing, toys, and stuff like that. But the Blanco guy and his crew robbed the place all of the time. Man. And over here, yeah, gangs existed. And let me show you this. This is a store, a mom and pop store. And in Mexico, mom and pop stores will always say, a lot of them will always say abarrotes. This is called Minimax. Abarrotes Minimax. This is a mom and pop store. Yeah. This is a drugstore, a pharmacy right here. And this is a chain store, a Six store. The people that own those stores are the same people that make Dos Equis, the beer we all love. We drink at the local bar. And this is the gas station. Yeah. Yeah, many gangs were roaming. And over here, maybe some of you, my Italian American friends are going to love this, what I'm about to tell you guys here. The name of the school I used to go, I was a student of this school back in the day. This is a private school, elementary private school, and it's named after here it is, Colegio Cristobal Colon School, Christopher Columbus School. Right here. I used to be a student there. The next thing, I'm going to show you a picture of me when I used to go there. I used to walk around. Yeah. Cologne, yes. And check this out, man. You guys are going to laugh when I'm about to tell you guys. You guys are not going to believe this shit, man. You guys are not going to believe this. You got to see what? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. Not there, but we'll get there for sure. Place, you see this place right here? It's called Imperial Romano, Roman Empire pizzas and salads and subs. You can buy yourself a hero sandwich, a Philly cheesesteak right here. And this is the middle. This is in Mexico. Can you believe it? You can buy yourself here a pizza or, I mean, I'm not joking. I mean, true. But right over here in this tortilla shop. Oh, no, right here. Here, you can buy some freshly bread. So this is a chain store. Also, this is like the 7-Eleven of Mexico. They're all over Mexico, all over. You know, they always have a special like or bottled water and sodas. Like here, like this one right here. It says too big at A Pura 22.50. That's 22.50. That's $1. That's like $1.10 or $1.20 for two of those. For those big, I think they're about 20, more than 20 ounces of water or something. That's a bargain, man. You know, for standards here. Yeah, a lot of this stuff you can buy there. Used to be a laundromat here back in the day. Laundromat. Here, down here, as we go down here, I want to show you guys something that used to be a jail. I don't know if some of you have ever heard a song that says, "Here we are in the Tijuana jail." by the Kingston Trio. Well, the jail used to be right where I'm about to show you guys. The jail used to be here. Used to be on this spot right here with this park. But in 2014 or 13, it got torn down. So they built this park. Place was already run down, and government didn't care much. Now it's a restaurant, and now it's hey, you see, now you have an Italian deli. If you check out one of Gravano's, Sammy Bull Gravano's podcasts, he'll tell you that he was here in jail. In this jail right here. Yeah. Well, if you would have known, if you would have known my father, he probably would have got him out of jail. Because my dad got a friend who came, who came to visit him back in those days. He got him out of jail from that place because his friend told me that story years later. Remember when he was telling me that story, we both started laughing like crazy. Yeah, this is a movie theater too. Used to go there and watch a lot of awesome movies there. So now we're going to go to Avenida Revolucion. This back right here, this building you see up here used to be an old nightclub. It was back in the days when disco was at its finest. They call it 2001, like the one in Saturday Night Fever. Yeah. And back in the day, this used to be crowded with American servicemen and American kids from the local colleges would come here on the weekends and spend up the whole tuition money here. Right here. And if you ever had Caesar salad, well, it was invented right here. Caesar salad. And here was a picture of a guy named Cardini, an Italian immigrant who used to work right here, and he invented the salad here sometime around 1924 or 3 or somewhere around that time. It was invented right here, the Caesar salad. Yeah. Well, I'm going to see you guys soon. Maybe tonight if Gunsmoke goes live, and yeah, for tomorrow for sure. When Gunsmoke goes live. But thanks for coming by, and see you all soon. I hope to see you, and take care.